Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Transformers Friday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with the Transformers the Movie Studio Series 86 Rumble. Core Class Rumble, that is. Or is it Frenzy? No, this one is Rumble. Let's get into it! Let's shake things up with a look at the packaging. And here we go, Takara Tomy Generation Studio Series, some nice artwork of Rumble Blue. The Transformers the Movie, and I'm just calling him Rumble Blue because that's what they call him down here. Transformers Studio Series from Transformers the Movie. 8-and-up, Hasbro print. Decepticon Rumble Blue. On the bottom, small print, fine print, legalese print, made in Vietnam print, symbols I'm not going to learn, and a barcode. On this side, Studio Series Core Class, and some nice artwork. Same artwork here, just zoomed in, and the Decepticon logo. And then, not quite as zoomed in on the artwork here, but does appear to be the same. Authentic. On the back, the Transformers the Movie transforms in nine nice steps. And then a nice digital render of the figure in both modes. Decepticon Rumble includes figure, 4 accessories, and instructions. What? Instructions? Warning! Attention! Octoon, don't stick things in any language pie hole that do not belong there. Don't give it to the babies. Manufactured under license from Tomy, blah, blah, blah. Small print, fine print, legalese print, made in Vietnam print again. That thing, and Hasbro print. That, my friends, is a look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the figure and his accessories in alt mode. And there I go bumping stuff, of course. But here we have handy dandy tweezers, because he's got some rather small accessories here. But let's start off with the handy dandy instruction manual. Studio Series, Decepticon Rumble Blue, Transformers Generations. Nice clear illustrations on the inside. No blurring or anything like that. So there's that. Here's one of his, I always call them wing guns, because it's got a little wing on it. And here's the other wing gun. They're the same, just the opposite of each other. Some nice molded detail in it, some waffling on the bottom side, but who's really going to see that too much? All molded in color. Then we have two of these little caps, which are the ends to his pile drivers. And it's got some nice little details on there. And again on this side, a little bit of waffling and a port right here. And here's the pile drivers themselves. And see the post on the end there, pegs into that port, and you can put them at varying lengths, at least until they pop off, to make it look like they're driving piles, I suppose. And there's two of those. And also, you'll see there's a port right there, and post right here. So you can store them like this if you want to. Now let's take a look at the alt mode itself, and it's rather simple. And here I pulled out the tweezers and didn't even use them on all that little bitty stuff. Let's get it out of the shot. But again, it is a bit gappy in places, and it, for the most part, looks like a cassette tape from this view. This view, not so much. And you know, it's core class, it's a cassette. You know, there's not really a lot you can do with it. It transforms into a thin rectangle. You can try to put some details like these on it, and that helps a little bit, but you know, again, it is a core class. Now they are bigger than in robot mode, in which we'll see that in comparisons. They are taller. This one is, I say they, this one is taller than the MicroMaster version from the War for Cybertron. However, in this mode, they are approximately the same size. And I don't have Soundwave right on hand, but I do have Twincast here, and their chest cavity is the same size. And you do have to work with it just a little bit, but he will go in there. And he does stay in there pretty well. But when you go to pull him out, it's easy. That, my friends, does it for a look at the figure and his accessories in his alt mode. It's time for alt mode comparisons, and here we have Studio Series Core Class Blue Rumble with War for Cybertron Trilogy Red Rumble, War for Cybertron Trilogy Spy Patrol Multi-Pack Blue Frenzy, Red Rumble from the Combiner Wars, and he's a Legends class, and then we have Legends class Blue Frenzy from a Target Bumblebee movie multi-pack, and all the way in the back is War for Cybertron Trilogy not core class, MicroMaster class Rat Bat. For our final set of alt mode comparisons, here we have the Studio Series Core Class Rumble Blue with the Titans Returns Legends Class Bumblebee and the Amazon exclusive Generation Selects Earthrise Leader Class Alternate Universe or Dead Optimus Prime. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the comedy portion of our program, where I attempt to transform this Transformer. And this one shouldn't be too funny, I wouldn't think. It is core class. So let's go ahead and get started. And you just kind of, there's some tabs right here and some bit of slots right here. And that's on both sides. And you just kind of lift this piece up to undo those. And then there is tab right here, and not really on the back side. So while those are untabbed, you untab that one and straighten that on out. And when you're transforming him back into tape mode, I just want to say, make sure these hollow parts in the back of the legs are faced cassette direction, otherwise it'll be bent looking when you transform it, because those pieces have to go over these pieces right here. But we can go ahead and spin him around, put the legs down. Now there's a ball joint right here at the knee, and you just rotate like that, and then flip the feet out. So that's pretty cool. He actually has toes that flip out. Lift the arm up this way, and while you got it up there, you just as well go ahead, while you got the room, and flip the hand out, and then just maneuver the arm into place, and then you do the same thing on the other side. And just maneuver the shoulder into place, and you flip it back over to the cassette side, and his head's folded down in there, so you just lift that up and then spin it around. And then in my mind, in order to complete his transformation, you have to take the guns, and you'll notice there's a post right there, and there's ports right here in his back. And same thing on the other side. Just kind of straighten it up. And now, my friends, there we have Studio Series 86 Rumble Blue. Almost all transformed. His fist didn't quite get the memo. Now he's all transformed. Let's take a look at the figure in his robot mode. And we'll look at the accessories again, because we'll look at how the accessories work with the figure, rather. And we'll go ahead and pop these off. And I'll have to say, he's got some nice little paint jobs. This on the chest here is very, very reminiscent of that original figure to me, more so even than it is a cartoon. But he's got some nice paint apps down here in the shins, right up here at the top of the knees, and this paint app across the chest, and these little lines right here in the crotch region. And the rest of the stuff is just the paint from the cassette mode. There is a nice little Decepticon Tempo right there. And he does have some paint apps on his face. It looks like it's molded in blue, and then the face is painted silver and the goggles red. Well, let's take a look at his articulation. Because of transformation, he can look up that far. He can't really look down. He got a little bit of waggle in there. No chicken neck, though. Can do the full Exorcist at the shoulder, a full 360 degree rotation. Shoulder comes out that far. Of course, this transformation hinge, it can go there also. Nothing at the elbow. And then, of course, the hands will go in and out, but that's due to transformation. Nothing at the waist, at the hips. He can give you the whole splits plus. He kicks forward that far. Kicks back like a mule. And he has a whole heck of a lot of bend at the knee. Nothing really at the toes. The toes will tilt up due to transformation, but no tilt really and no rocker. Now, as far as the guns go, if you want him to hold them, he really can't, because if you'll notice, his fists are solid. There is no hole or no post in the hands. There's a little bit of one under there, but it's not anywhere near big enough. The hands aren't even really big enough to hold these, but he does have these ports on the side that the guns will peg into, so that is an option should you want to avail yourself of it. Now, as far as the pile drivers go, honestly, I don't remember how they go. They go like that. You have to fold the fist in, and then it just kind of pegs into place. But I put it upside down, I think. So that's how you do the pile drivers. An elbow bend on this guy would have been really handy. And then he won't even really stand up like that. Just kind of have to bend him over a little bit, and he can look up like that. Put one of those further down than the other. I guess you can bend the knees rather than making him bend over. But he still has to bend over some. And now he's making earthquakes. That, my friends, does it for a look at the figure in his robot mode and his accessories. It's time for my favorite part of a Transformers review, robot mode comparisons. And here in the front, we have the Studio Series 86 Core Class Rumble Blue. And in the next row, we have Red Rumble Micromaster Class from Siege, along with Micromaster Class from the multi-pack of Spy Patrol. Then we have Blue Frenzy from the Bumblebee movie multi-pack. We have Red Rumble from Combiner Wars, and those are both Legends class. And then in the back, we have Ratbat, who is from War for Cybertron Trilogy Siege, and he is also Micromaster class. For our final set of robot mode comparisons, here we have Studio Series 86 Core Class Rumble Blue with the Titans Returns Legends Class Bumblebee and the Walmart exclusive Netflix Earthrise Leader Class Optimus Prime. For our final thoughts on the Transformers Studio Series 86 Core Class Rumble Blue, I have to say, on its own, it is a nice figure. I do think it's a nice size. It's great that when it transforms down, it will fit into the existing tape players, Soundwave and Blaster, Twincast, Sound Blaster, all those guys. So that is good. The negatives on this guy, he could have used just slightly more articulation. An ankle rocker would have been fabulous, and elbows, articulated elbows, wouldn't have been bad either. I don't know why they decided to do the pile drivers the way that they made them, where the caps come off of the back, possibly to make it into another weapon of some kind, I'm guessing. at some point, because it does have those posts in the top. Not posts, ports. It has ports in the top, so they could conceivably connect together. He does have just a few paint amps, but they are placed appropriately, and it makes the figure kind of stand out a bit. The two different shades of blue, that's cool. Does this settle the Rumble is red, Frenzy is blue, Rumble is blue, Frenzy is red controversy or discussion? Maybe it's more of a discussion. No, this really doesn't. For me, Rumble is red because my first exposure to him was the action figure, and it was meant to be red. And when they did the cartoon, they flubbed the colors and mixed them up, and that's why we have blue Rumble in the cartoon and red Rumble in the toys. And Hasbro is not making anything definitive about that discussion because, well, this figure right here shows that they're not willing to come down and make a decision on that for fear of offending someone, somewhere, somehow. So if you prefer Blue Frenzy, that's fine. I'm not going to argue with it. Both are essentially correct. It just depends on which lore you're looking at. If you're looking at the toy or the comics, then Rumble is red, and if you're looking at the cartoon, then Rumble is blue. And whichever is your definitive version of the lore, this may or may not be your definitive version of the character. But again, I'm not going to get into that. I can go either way on the color of Rumble. And again, it just depends on what lore I'm looking at. I would imagine they're probably going to do a red Frenzy in the 86 line as well. And he'll probably come with pile drivers as well, so that you can, make either one of them Rumble or Frenzy, however it suits you. Well, that does it for the review. I hope that you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews or just help the channel out further, or both, that's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.